Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. We're going to wait for a few more people to join. Can y'all hear me okay? Yes, yes. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear? Okay. Hey, Quaisha, hey. Hey, Red. Hey, Kim. Hey, Tima. I see you, Ma. I'm going to get one more minute, and then I'll get started. Hey, Diamond Boo. Okay. Let's get started. I know it's 9 o'clock and y'all ready to go to bed or watch that game that's on. Yes, thank you, Dana. Can you share with 5 people and let them know I'm going live? Okay. So I've been getting a lot of questions about how I ended up with 2 Range Rovers, driving 2 of my dream vehicles. So I decided I'm going to go live and I'm going to explain to everyone how it's possible, right? So let me start off by saying, those that do not know me, my name is Kima Hennett. I'm originally from New York, but I moved to Atlanta, Georgia back in 2005. Don't tell anyone, right? So I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a full-time government employee. I do medical billing and coding part-time. I have a suite where I'm doing lashes and teeth whitening. And I also have an Airbnb. I have a rental car business. I have real estate. I have property. I do credit repair as well as building business credit for those individuals. But it didn't always start like that, right? It started where I was a full-time government employee, and I knew I wanted more, right? And I knew that I was not leaving the government because I loved my job, right? So I said, what can I do to earn more? So I decided I'm going to go to medical billing and coding school on the weekends. I did that for a year straight, and I said, it's killing me, but I knew I wanted more. So I completed that back in 2012. So here I am, a full-time government employee, and doing medical billing and coding. But that still wasn't enough for the lifestyle I wanted to live, right? So this whole time, I'm having my dream vehicle as my screensaver. So every time I went into work, I saw that vehicle. Could I afford that vehicle? No. But I kept saying one day. People would come into my office and be like, that's your vehicle? And I'm like, nope, but one day, right? So I knew I couldn't afford it. So I said, let me invest in learning how to do lashes, right? So I opened up a salon and I'm doing make lashes and teeth whitening, right? So here I am, Still no vehicle, but I'm working and working to get that vehicle. So one day I took the vehicle off my screensaver because now it's sitting in the parking lot. So everyone is coming up to me like, "Oh my God, you finally bought it. You finally bought it." But I was so excited that I accomplished my dream, right? So I'm driving this vehicle, and I said, I want more. You know how you get something and you like, no, now what's the next thing, right? So that's when I invested in Dana's one-to-one consultation. And I'm like, Dana, what can I do to get some more money? I need to get to the next level. So after taking the one-to-one consultation, I walked away learning how to do inquiry removals. The same day I made my money back. And I was just doing inquiry removals, right? So people would say, "Do you know how to get collections off?" And I'm like, "No." "Do you know how to get so-and-so off?" And I'm like, "No, hold on." So then I went back to Dana and invested in myself and joined her ladder to passive income. And that's when I came out with like 5 different businesses, right? That's when I was able to get the Airbnb, the car rental, all of the things that I mentioned, right? So here I am driving my Range Rover, and I paid it off the traditional way. You know, I believe that term was about 48 months or 60 months, but I paid my note all the time. It was on my personal, right? So now here I am, I'm driving this vehicle that's paid off. So now that I know how to do rental car business, I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me another Range Rover, right? And I'm going to give this paid off vehicle to my son. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in my personal name, but I'm going to rent it on Turo. But I'm only going to rent it 4 days out the month, just so it could pay the car note, right? But then as I'm listening to different people and different situations that was happening with the car, I said, if you have an emotional attachment, Kima, don't put that car on rental. Please don't. So here I am. Now I have a Range Rover that it has a car note that I didn't anticipate paying, right? Because I'm thinking someone else is going to pay because I was going to put it on the platform, right? So I decided I'm going to go and I'm going to set this LLC up the right way, right? So the right way to set your LLC up is make sure you have a business name that's not high risk, right? I had a business address. I had a business phone number. I had a business email. I had a business website. You don't necessarily need a whole website because they have a landing page with GoDaddy, right? And then I opened up a bank account. So here I am. I have all of these things for this LLC. So what I decided to do was I'm going to go into a bank, which I went into Bank of America, and I had all of my paperwork. I had all my ducks in a row. Went to Bank of America. I did not have no relationship with Bank of America. Opened the account, and the same day they refinanced my loan from my credit union. So with that being said, according to my personal credit, I paid my vehicle off in 4 months because they had to send a check to the credit union to consider it paid off. So now here I am. I have a vehicle that I'm driving in my business name, which ended up paying off my vehicle from my personal. My score increased. I had lower rates than what the credit union was offering. But what else? I was building business credit at the same time, and it's a tax write-off. So if I'm driving a vehicle, I'm under my business name, I'm claiming everything. I'm claiming the gas. I'm claiming everything. But as far as the note, I know y'all probably saying, well, you still gonna have to pay a note. But how I pay my note is because I have a rental car business, right? So that rental car business, as it's going out for the month, the money that's accumulating for that rental car business, it's paying for my car note. So I'm driving a vehicle that I'm not paying for, and it's not on my personal credit. And of course, when I went into the bank, they did have to peek at my personal credit. But is it reporting to my personal credit? No. And secondly, I know how to remove the inquiries. So what I did was the same day they pulled my credit to say, okay, you good to go. I came home and removed that inquiry, and no one has to know that I even applied for a vehicle. So I'm saying all that to say, if I can do it, you can do it. Everything has not always been like this, and it's so crazy because I go back and forth with this a lot. So I'm gonna just come out and say it. So this is my first live. So this is going to be the first time that I'm coming out publicly, and I'm just going to say it. Okay. So I was homeless before, growing up, things ain't always been sweet. And like I was telling my mentor, nobody was given that silver spoon, but my mentor showed me that is a way to get that spoon. So I'm saying all that to say, if I could do it, you can do it for sure. And a lot of people come to me and say, I don't want to use my personal credit. I don't want to use my personal credit. So what are you going to do? You're just saying you're never going to fix your personal credit? Now, there is a way that you can, just do your business credit and put everything in your business name. However, when you're dealing solely with business credit, you better have that money in the bank. You better have, because that's what they have to look for. So it's like, okay, if you don't have that money in the bank, they're going to turn around and say, let me just peek at your personal credit just so I can know that you're reliable. Because if they don't have a chance to look at your personal credit, then what is it? How can they believe that you're going to pay it back? You get what I'm saying? So why not fix your personal credit? That's just something that I just feel like we need to do, because there's so many things that we can get with our personal credit and using other people's money. These people have been doing it all along, but we getting hip to the game. We are doing things that we never thought we could do, because growing up, owning property was all a dream. Driving your vehicle, your dream vehicle, was all a dream. I honestly had someone say to me, is this going to be the type of seminar where we're going to just hear people talk about their testimonies? And then I had to think about that one, because that's what make you. Sometimes that is the stuff you go through. It makes you. Like, I'm allergic to being broke now. I done been there, done that. I can't do it. I'll stay up to 4:00 in the morning, but I can't do it. So I'm just saying, for me, you just stay humble. Y'all need to ask me any questions y'all may have. Okay. But you just got to stay humble and keep your eyes on the prize. I promise y'all. And when you good to people, it comes back. Like, people don't know this, but I have a credit repair business, right? And because of what I've been through growing up, I do like a free credit repair for a family that is ready to leave the shelter, but the credit is stopping them from getting the apartment. So that's my give back. And I'm going to continue to do that. I'm always going to just, I don't know. It's like, that's me. And when you good to people, it comes back. I promise y'all. And now what I'm going to do is I'm offering the gas call, right? So the gas call is basically gas, GAS, right? So the G part of the gas call is where I will gather your visions, your goals, what you see your business as becoming. You lay it out for me, how you want to see your business, right? So then we'll go down to the A part, right? And the A is where I will attack any obstacles, right? That could be your personal credit needs repairing, you need trade lines, anything. We're going to attack those things that's stopping you from getting to your goals. And then as far as S is for the solutions, right? With the solutions, I'm going to lay it out for you, the steps you need to take and recommendations and things like that for you. So by the time you finish with the gas call, you should have like a checklist. You should have a timeline. You should know everything that you're going to do, right? Not enough people invest in themselves. They figure Google will tell them everything. Don't get me wrong. Google is it. But why not invest in yourself, right? And pay and get like a cheat sheet. It's like an official cheat sheet. When I paid for that one-to-one consultation, I didn't have to, for one, because she was a close friend, like family, but I invested in myself. And then the same day I came out with a business, made that money back the same night. And then for me to turn around and invest again, people probably said I'm crazy for doing it, but to come out with 6 other businesses. And when you start surrounding yourself around different people, you constantly learning new things. You constantly finding about different cards that you can use. It's like continuing education. I don't see why people I don't see why people wouldn't invest in yourself, So, exactly. You can't Google the question you don't know to ask. So I'm just saying, let's back this up. The thing was, how am I riding around without paying for this vehicle? Not on my personal, but it's on my business credit. It is 2022, and people think if they got a LLC and an EIN, they got an official business, and they got something totally wrong. They got an official business, but they won't get to that business funding. Okay, there's steps you need to take to get to that business funding. There's qualifications that you need to have. People will have an 800 credit score and still won't get approved for business funding. So it's all about education, because people will say, why is my score 600? Why is it only 700 and I'm getting denied? Yeah, because your profile is not where it's supposed to be. And they don't want to invest. I have people that don't even want to invest in the credit monitoring tool. It is 2022. It's no reason why we are not monitoring our credit, especially with the scams that's going on. It's just people don't want to even invest in $20 a month to see their credit report. So it's like we have to manifest what we want, and we have to manifest what we want and what we trying to get. And I don't really like going live, but it took a lot for me to do it, but I have to. I'm getting calls on how you do this and how you do that, but no one really wants to invest in themselves. And guess what I do? Redirect them to my mentor, take her mentor, or if you want me to teach you, book my gas call. My gas call is $4.99, and what you will get is a whole step-by-step on how to get your business up and running. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I just had to come on and speak to y'all about this. Um if you know, well, I'm just going to say people don't know that people try to do their own LLC, right? You can even mess that up doing your own LLC. There's somebody on the team that knows how to do the LLC. So my motto is, if you think it, LLC it. That's my motto. I have 4 LLCs, right? So if you're doing business funding on one LLC, so let's just say you get in 20,000 for each bank, right? And I go to 5, right? That's $100,000. So imagine you having 3 other LLCs. You could turn around and do the same thing. If you think it, LLC it. I don't care if you don't do anything with it. Let it just get seasoned. The longer you had it, the better. But I'm going to tell you, Bank of America, I had no relationship with them. Walked in there the same day, they refinanced it and offered me a business card. But you know what? That's because my business was set up the right way. I didn't come in there with no Gmail. I didn't come in there with the Hotmail. I went in there with a website, but you can go and get a landing page. GoDaddy has promotions going on, and sometimes they'll bundle it for you, like saying if you get the landing page, we'll turn around and give you the email, and you can pay for it for the year. So just make sure when you're dealing with someone, make sure that they know exactly what they're doing. So the gas call is something that you can book. So you will go to my bio and you will fill out the jot form and submit your information, and then we will schedule the call. I'll meet with you and we'll talk about your business. Yeah, if you need to schedule a consultation, click the link in my bio. And we can go from there. But I promise y'all, it's worth every investment. Even if you don't invest for me. I don't want to sound like no salesperson. That's some of the reasons why I be feeling like I don't want to go live or I don't want to do certain things, is because I don't want to be sounding like I'm trying to push you. I'm on live because basically, if I did it, you can do it. That's the message I'm trying to come across. Me opening up about my childhood, people will look at me and think I had this silver spoon. No, it ain't always been this way, So if I could do it, you can do it. You don't have to invest in me if you don't want to. But however, if you do, it will be worth all of what you invested. All of what you invested. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm reading some of these questions. I don't know how to act that I got 39 people on live. This is my first live, too. So is there anyone in need of a LLC or EIN or something like that? Because I'll pin her information. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. I know a lot of y'all be saying, y'all proud of me, but I promise y'all, I don't even know. It's not even just humble. I just feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. That type of thing. And trying to build generational wealth for my children. They already told me they don't want to go to college. That's fine, but you're going to do something. So what I did was I invested and a mentorship for my 17-year-old. So now he knows how to do LLCs and EINs, so we got to start early. We didn't even know about half of this stuff. We just knew it went from just graduate high school and you good. Then it went to you need a college degree. But, nowadays it's like as long as you're doing something, as long as you're doing something that you love, you know what I'm saying? I would, and let me correct me if I'm wrong, but I would suggest, now, if you asking, do you suggest a S corp or multiple LLCs? So what is it I would need to see what is it that you're trying to do. But first off, LLC is not my lane. That's somebody on the team. But I have LLCs. I have 4 LLCs. But I think she would need to know what is it that you're trying to do. And Jasmine, I'll give you her information soon as we get off this live. I ain't going to sit here and pretend and tell you the wrong thing. I'm going to stick to my lane. And let me tell y'all something. Now that we speaking on Range Rover stuff, right? And me driving it without paying an actual car note. That rental car business that I learned from my mentor, I love it. I love it. Everything it's really passive because the people that had my vehicle had it for like 4 weeks. And when they gave it back, I wanted to say, no, don't give it back. Extend it to 2 more weeks. But the minute they gave it back, the same day, someone else rented it. So that is definitely an option. I don't know what states y'all in, but in Georgia, we can do that. Y'all definitely need to look in that. Because my thing is, I'm a full-time employee, right? I don't plan on leaving. I have 15 years in with the government. So what I do is I work everything around the government, right? So everything that I do is passive. So that's why I keep investing, because I want passive until I'm ready to leave. But guess what? If I decide to leave the government today or tomorrow, I feel like I can survive. Back then, I probably would have said, no, I can't. I can't. Even if they talking crazy, I'm going to have to suck it up for my kids. Not today. 2022 is probably the first year that I said, if they ever let me go, I feel like I'll be all right. But yeah, it's definitely one income is too close to none. So y'all need to get y'all some passive income. And if I could do it, if I could do it, so could you. If y'all don't have many questions, I'm going to get off live, y'all. Okay? Y'all was a great crowd. Y'all was all right or whatever, I guess. Maybe I'll do this again in another 6 months. Yes, I am one of Dana's mentees, for sure. Dana, I want another name. I don't want to be called. I'm going to be a silent something. I don't know. Yes. The question is, do you offer consultations on starting a rental car business? Yes. When you book that gas call, I will break it down for you. I just won't mention it on the live because I do want to show respect to my paying clients. But that's the reason for the gas call. It's for me to break things down, for you, tell you the steps I've actually taken, and we go from there. You should now, if you don't leave hang up from that gas call with the business, that's on you. That's on you. Because you can learn stuff all day long, but you got to apply it. And don't think just because somebody else is doing something, you have to be on that same wavelength. You know, I'm definitely big on, I'm running my own race. I could be sitting next to someone else that's doing credit repair, and that's totally fine. But I'm running my own race. I have my own goals that I'm trying to accomplish. And then when I accomplish that one goal, I move on to the next, because the person that's doing the same thing may not have the same goals. So run your own race. But I can't wait to just, I don't know. I'm just excited to see what 2023 bring, because I'm already in the mix trying to brew up something else. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. Just know if I did it, y'all, you can do it. But stay humble in the middle of doing it. Because the minute you start treating people crazy, it ain't going to work. All right, y'all. Okay, Red, hit me up later. I'll talk to y'all later.